And welcome back. I'm just Mike, and this is Keep on Creating, where we dive into the series of this series where we create this logo, and we're going to be changing it up to this logo in this series. So we're going to be adding a few more little elements, a few more of those little styles. This is going to be awesome. Stop the talk, hit like, subscribe if you haven't, leave a comment. It means a lot to me. And let's just jump right in. We have our design open here, and let's get cracking. So we're going to select this text down at the bottom over here. Basically, I want to see where the center point of this circle is here, this circle that we've got with our text over there. So I'm going to get my ellipse tool, L. I'm then going to go right to the center of this little text graphic over here. I'm going to hold Alt, start dragging, then push Shift, and you can see it creates a circle in the exact circle where that text was there. So I'm just going to go like that, okay, drag it somewhere around here-ish. Going to flip it around so we can actually see what we're doing. So I'm going to flip my stroke and my fill stroke. I'm going to go Shift X, it flips. Okay, so somewhere around there. I'm going to go Command C, Command F, and I'm going to hit E. And I'm going to start dragging this, hold Alt and Shift, and I'm going to drag it somewhere around about here. And this line here is probably going to change quite a bit. So what I'm going to actually do, I'm going to do the text first, then we're going to do the ribbon so we know how wide to make that ribbon. So I'm going to go, that's where a lot of these things go wrong, is that you get a graphic and you change the text, but the ribbon actually doesn't fit the width of the text, so it just looks freaking weird. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it on the front. I'm going to expand that stroke again, so hold Alt and Shift and drag it, so somewhere around there. And then I'm going to come up here, and I'm actually going to nick this text. So we're going to triple click, copy it. Okay, just click off the artboard, drag down, select this circle that we created here. All right. I'm going to go to my text tool, click on that, and go to type on the path tool. And we use this tool so many times, and I still can't get the perfect center point. So I'm going to actually, I'm going to click over there. I'm going to paste. And then I'm going to go select all. I'm going to center it. That was close. Okay, now I'm going to select over here. I'm going to get where this T is over here, so you can actually see it's looks like a T. I'm going to drag that to the inside of the circle, drag it around to somewhere about that node over there, so a little bit to the left. That's good for me. Okay, now I'm going to go bring up my text window, so hit Command T, bring it up. So you should have with this character window, go to this baseline shift over here, and I'm going to drag that down. Okay. And now I'm going to increase the size of that font. Okay, it's your decision whether you want it to be this font here or this font here. Let's have a look at both of them and see what we think. So this one's Anthem, the other one was Drone Ranger. Okay, let's try Drone Ranger and see how that fits in here. Okay, let's scale that one up somewhere around there, bring it in this tracking a little bit. Okay, I think we could possibly shift that baseline out a little bit, somewhere around about there. Cool, yeah. I think I'm more happy with the Drone Ranger because we've got this Anaheim text here, Anaheim text here, Anaheim text here. So we can just break it up a little bit there. Okay, so with this banner, we need to make it the correct width. So I am going to select this one here. Okay, this inner circle, hit E, and I'm going to hold Shift and just expand it a bit. Okay, so somewhere around there. I'm going to shrink this one, so select the outer one, hit E, just hold Shift and Alt and start dragging it in so we kind of have this equal spacing on either side. So adjust this one a little bit again. So just hold Alt and Shift to where you're happy, and I'm happy with that right there. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to make these two circles here, this circle and this circle, into a donut. And I've done this actually in the first video, which I'll link up at the top, and you can have a look and see how I've done it there, which is basically the same way I was doing it here. But go watch the video. Go watch the video. I need the views. Lord knows I need the views. Okay, so we're going to take the inner circle and we want to bring it to the front. Command Shift, close square bracket, that brings it to the top. I'm going to get my pointer tool and I'm going to hold Shift and select this outer stroke over here, this outer circle. Go to your Pathfinder and I'm going to subtract that, or minuses. They've now changed the name, which they constantly keep on changing, and it really annoys me. So I'm going to hold Alt, minus, expand. Now if I flip the stroke and the fill around, you'll see we have a donut. We have created our own donuts. Okay, that's just nuts. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is we need to cut this somehow over here because we can't have this weird circle going around here. So I'm going to hit A to get my direct selection tool. I'm going to select this graphic over here. I'm going to go Command C and let's go Command F, and it's going to paste it on the top. And with it all still selected, do not deselect that. I've got to release the compound path. So what you've got to do is you've got to go Object, and compound path, and push all those little buttons over there, which I'll do in the next one. So it releases everything. Now what I'm going to do is go to my Pathfinder, hold Alt, click Unite, and then click Expand. And then we go. I'm going to make this red, and I'm going to bring it ever so slightly in this way, and you'll find out in a second why. Then I'm going to do the exact same with this one. Absolute Selection Tool, click on that, copy it, paste it in the front, release the compound, unite it, hit the red, move it in a little bit. So it's exactly what I did there, just a little bit faster, so don't kill me. It's exactly what, just follow what I did with the first one. I'm going to select both of those now. So hold Shift, select that. So just the two reds, direct selection tool, select both the reds, Command X, okay. I am going to select both of those, and I'm going to go Command B, so it goes to the back, okay, because now we can see what we're actually doing. So basically I want this to be sort of aligned somewhere over there, okay. You can bring it, I'm going to bring it all the way over there, and this one here, the same with that, I'm going to bring it all the way over there, and we can delete those little bits if we feel we need to. Okay, so with now both of these ones selected here, there and there, should be able to go to my Unite tool, click on that, click on Expand, hold Alt when you click that Unite button, okay. Make sure it's now on the front, on top of this our donut shape here, so Command Shift, close square bracket, bring it to the front, okay. That's still not on the front. I'm going to direct select that, cut it, select my donut shape, okay, this donut shape here, and I'm going to go Command F, making sure it goes to the front, because what it did there, it actually grouped it itself into our lightning bolts. Don't ask me how I did that, but I undid it. Just follow my steps. Make sure it's on the top. I'm going to select this big donut shape over here, and I'm going to minus it. Now I'm going to minus it. Now you can see it's cut out that cool little layer all around there. So I don't need any of these little white bits here. So I'm just going to select them with my direct selection tool, delete and delete and delete and delete that large one there and delete this one here. Now, if I select this one, let's make it this cream color that we've been using. I think it's the same color as that there. Yep. And take away that stroke. Okay, so the stroke's there. Let's just take that away. Let's take this edge over here away. Take all that away. It's not gone up there. Yep. So I'm going to cut that. Command X, select our text, Command B, and it's going to go to the back of that. Now we have shaped that to our shape that we want, to the size of the text that we have created. So it's not looking odd. Okay. We could even just bring that keep on creating in a little bit, which I am actually going to do. So I'm bringing that tracking in just a bit there. Okay, cool. Now I need to roughen this up a bit, quite a bit, I say. So I'm going to go to Effect, Distort, Transform, Roughen. Okay, we don't want that. Let's go for 2. We'll go Smooth, and let's hit 3. Let's see where that's way too much. Let's hit 2 there. I'm going to go 0.25 here. Okay, let's try 0.5 there. That looks better at 0.25, and let's make this 3. Hit OK. Okay, now that's a bit more warpy the way we want it. Select it. We're going to expand that. So we're going to go Expand Appearance. Now I'm going to cut it up even more. So I'm going to use the same technique we used at the top, but I'm not going to draw individual bits. I'm going to get my pen tool, P. I'm going to make this, go to my swatches, just close this text, go to my swatches, take away the fill. Okay, so I'm going to take that away, and none of that one. Get my pen tool, just make sure nothing's selected. I'm going to take my fill away, and I'm going to get my stroke and make that red. Now I'm going to go along here, and instead of me joining these up like so, I'm just going to carry on and just minus off little bits everywhere, and you'll see what happens in a second. Okay, and you can see I'm just flowing through this quite quickly. I'm not having to close all these little nodes off anywhere. and I'm going to close it off there. Okay, now what we need to do is have both of these selected. I am going to change this back to the color that we've got at the back there, otherwise it will take on the stroke attribute, so it will actually just turn red. So just do it now, and then you will save yourself doing it later. So select both of your objects. Okay, so I've got both of them selected there. So I've got our ribbon and our squonky lines. Go to your pathfinder and go to this tool over here, intersect it and expand it. Okay, hold Alt when you're doing it, and you can see it's kept the color that we wanted. Cut in that, send it to the back of the text, and there we go. Okay, so we've got that. And we are going to have to change this text up here. MCMXCVIII. That's actually when I started this adventure. Okay, so I'm going to hit T, just bring on my text tool, open up that tracking a little bit. It just looks a little bit better. Let's go and distress this down here. If you want to, you don't have to. I am going to, just to keep it in line with everything we've got here. So I'm going to select our ribbon color, and I'm going to go to our graphic styles. So click on that, and let's just punch it in here. Now that is quite a bit. So let's just tweak this graphics a little bit here. So we can either take this graphic as we've got it there, copy it. We can paste it over here. Okay, I can scale this. Let's just see if we scale it all the way down. Okay, that looks cool. Just some little bits. If we scale it a little bit up, just click on that. Yeah, that's somewhere around. That's what I'm looking for. So somewhere in between. So somewhere around there. Yep, that's what I'm looking for there. Okay, now I'm going to go Object, Expand Appearance. Okay, then I'm going to go Image Trace, Expand again. Okay, now it's all vector, so I can get my direct selection tool, select this color over here, select, same, full color, and delete. And now we're just left with a complete, nice, stuffed up vector design. Okay, let's go back in here. So what we could actually do is we could actually say, right, this, get technical here. We can select this here. Okay, we select our ribbon. We can see the size is 187.693 or 66.174. So I'm going to go 187.393. So I'm going to select this. Make sure this little button is clicked on here, so it constrains your proportions. Then we're going to type in 187.393, and we're going to hit enter, and there we go. So it's the same, basically the exact same size. Select over here, and it's going to snap to the point over there. I'm going to go Command X, select that ribbon there, Command B, send it to the back. Okay, let's make it the swat to the color that we want. You could make it red if you're scared you're going to delete the wrong one. So you can select this one, delete it, select that one, and change it to the color that you have chosen. Right now that is quite hard to read as it is, so I am just going to I'm going to flip this around a little bit. I'm going to make this text black, okay, and I'm going to make this ribbon white. Okay, we have broken up a little bit. You could break it up a little bit more so it's not as harsh. And I'm going to stop the clock right there. We're going to leave the design at this point here. We've created that extra little element, move some things around. I'm happy with where we're leaving it at this point. Again, you can use this graphic as it is. So you've got like about 3 different styles of graphics you could actually use now from there's 3 lessons up to now. But you've learned how techniques are repeated over and over and over, how we get to a certain point. You want to pick something, you got to just decide what you want to do to it. We've decided to mess this up to no end, and it looks pretty darn good. So on the next episode, we're going to be diving into creating a cool brush that we can just put a little bit of a border around, bend some things. It's going to look pretty cool, and you're going to be able to make your own brush. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button, smash the like button. If you haven't, well, just gently click it. It takes like 2 seconds. Tick! A lot shorter than what it does to create these videos. And I shall catch you on the next one, where we're going to create our own brush. It's going to be cool. Awesome.